Sie hören Sport und Musik.
Das Spiel ist aus! Deutschland ist Weltmeister!
Mario Götze! Mario Götze!
Tonight, whether you call it football, or soccer, a German American and a German in America dare to call it Fußball. German football from an American point of view. Let's add some buns to that hamburger and join them for the Schnitzel Boys Deutschland Hour.
Hello. Oh, it's Oktoberfest music because it's Oktoberfest. It's October.
Yeah, it's October.
The 1st October. We just came off an hour and a half of hot MLS talking.
We got Stefan got a full head of steam going.
I'm
We're
a
gonna make
rant
this,
man.
We're gonna make this one a little shorter.
I'm going to start. I have to
last
start with some big news, Bjorn. Really big news.
Oh, you were teasing that. What do
Yeah.
you got? You're going. Is that
I got
what
my. No,
No.
well, there's that. I got my 23andMe results in last week. The genetic test.
You're
I got
not
it.
actually. You're actually Algerian.
I am not as German as I thought I was. That's the news.
What are we
This is-
changing the name to? The Kebab Boys?
I mean, I'm trying to think. What's
the Falafel
po-
Boys? I don't know. What are we?
what's,
what do you?
what's Polish food? I mean,
Oh,
the Polish sausage
the
hour.
kielbasa, the kielbasa
Kielbasa
boys.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
you're-
so. I got my 23. So I've always wanted to do it. My parents are German. My other parents are German. Their parents are German all around, right? Father's from Rugby. Mother's from Hamburg.
Your papers are unambiguous.
However, I spit in saliva for half an hour. They want a lot of saliva.
Half an hour.
They want a test tube full of your saliva.
Wow.
You
Yuck.
have to bite the tongue and spit, bite the tongue and spit. Give them my stuff. They mailed back to me. They gave me a thorough genetic analysis.
Maybe you made out with a Polish person recently.
I wish, but I did not, fortunately. I wish, but I did not. I am 53% German.
Oh, well.
So above half. But I don't know. That surprised me. I thought it'd be like 99% German and like 1%. I am 53% German.
Europe's
I
pretty
am-
small, you know.
I'm 38% Polish.
Oh, okay.
That's not insignificant, right? For someone who had no idea.
I don't
And
know.
I'm-
Is that yeah?
And I'm 9% Scandinavian.
Oh.
So you never did the 23andMe, did you?
I didn't. I have like strangely no interest, but okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
was
So
worried
I don't know.
because-
I don't know if this is unusual or not. I mean, I would imagine if you
Well, I tried to get clarification. They couldn't tell me. The reason's a little confusing for me and for a lot of Germans, probably like you, is on my mom's side of my family, they are from modern day Poland. But back then it was Germany.
right.
My grandfather is Schlesien. He's from Breslau. My grandmother is from Danzig. Today they're called
So they were
Gdansk.
German at the time.
They're German at the time. Today they're called Gdansk and Wrocław. They're cities in Poland.
So how does that? How does 23andMe make that distinction?
That's the thing. I don't think that's what that is.
They don't ask.
Because we're ethnically German. So
But what is
that's why-
even the difference between ethnically German and ethnically Polish? How do you make that?
the 23andMe corporate speech because they sent it to me ahead of time, like sure, did my boop boop ba ba ba, then wanted some follow-ups about Poland. And they just copy and pasted the corporate speech and get back to me. What 23andMe is a summary of genetic groups, genetic archetypes from general areas of Europe from before mass travel. So what everyone should know is genetics are just a bunch of people who can't travel, so they have sex over and over and over again, and the genetic pool just stays limited, stays in the area, right? That's what genetics are. The reason Germans have those Pappnase, how do you say Pappnase in English?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Pappnase?
Germans have a certain type of-
What are you trying to say? Like,
I'm saying is the reason Germans have that type of nose is because they didn't travel anywhere, and they just third and sixth cousins just kept having sex. over and over
inbreeding.
again. Inbreeding. That's where genetics come from. That's why Russians look like Russians, Germans are German, and so forth. However, about 100 years ago when travel started, essentially when the Industrial Revolution started, all that started to mishy-mash, and then people moving around, and the pools are widening and getting thinner. So what I'm saying, just like what you said, my German family living in modern-day Poland doesn't make us Polish. They're still genetically German, I thought. That's why I text them to be like, is it maybe a mislabel? Maybe you mislabeled it, where the Polish and the Germans have the same label from that time. I don't know. Because in order for me to be Polish, we've had to have sex with Polish people, right? And my grandparents had to be Polish.
Well, or somebody just moved, like somebody just made the trip.
Well,
And
no.
then-
What do you mean the trip?
like, what if a genetically Polish person didn't just, like 200 years ago decided I'm gonna take my horse and buggy to the west,
To the
Ruhrgebiet, and that's where I will
Perhaps.
start my family. And then
That's
you're
my
genetically
theory.
Polish, even though I mean, it seems like, especially when it comes to those kinds of countries, like Poland didn't even exist for some.
No, the Polish
for some
were a
years,
people.
and
They were a genetic group.
right.
Like European ethnicities in the 1800s, they didn't mix; they stick
guess-
together, and that's what these genetic archetypes are. Well, hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So that's why it's not
before
that.
Before I dismiss it all.
That's why it's not that, because it's like those were, even though it's modern day Poland, like you said, they're still Germans, genetically Germans. However, on my father's side, my father's from the Ruhrgebiet. And the Ruhrgebiet, during the turn of the Industrial Revolution,
Lots
was a
of people
hotbed for
moved.
immigration.
Yeah, people came from
Kaminsky,
everywhere.
what's his name?
There's lots of Polish.
What's the name? What's the king of the Ruhr called again? Kaminsky? What was his name?
The king of the Szymanski.
Szymanski, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a typical Ruhrpott German name, but it's Polish. 'cause
Has
he's
a
got
little bit of a
grandparents.
Polish flair to it. Yeah, like Podolski or
Podolski and all those
Lewandowski. Yeah.
Lewandowski, Jakubowski. So my dad's mom is from a Polish family. They were called Krolik.
Okay.
We called them Krolik.
So there you have it. That's your explanation.
I believe so. But for a long time, Krolik to me sounds like a German name. It's not a Polish name.
It's like, okay.
I just want to know how many of me is going to take the twist in a light bulb, Bjorn. That's all I want to know. All I want to know is how many of me.
I think it's not. I think this is for entertainment only. This kind of stuff. Like, I don't think you should yeah. Like,
but I'm 38% Polish. I think because of my Ruhrgebiet roots is why. Because I think a lot of my Ruhrgebiet family were originally from Poland. They were part of a large Polish migration that went to the Ruhrgebiet. That's my theory.
Well, it seems like the underlying thing here is that this bothers you somehow. Like you're
no, it does not.
Like...
It surprises me is all. Because one of my grandparents was maybe Polish, we thought, whatever.
Right.
But that makes me 38% because of one grandparent?
No, it means like one of your grandparents was fully Polish, and then you had a half Pole in there also among one of your grandparents. I mean, just doing the math here roughly. Because 25% is one grandparent, and then the rest is like another grandparent being half Polish.
And then 4 to 7 generations ago, I had a Scandinavian grandparent, so I'm part Viking.
Okay,
that no one knows. But the Polish thing to me is very interesting. I didn't know how Polish we were.
But like Viking, everybody likes. Polish, you're like, eh.
True. No, I'm just. It is entertainment, but I'm saying my Polish brethren, I'm also Polish, my friend. I'm now also part Polish. I belong to the Polish
Kielbasa. Union. We're going to have the Kielbasa boys special.
Lucas Podolski, Miroslav Klose, you guys are my
Maybe
boys.
You should have a double. I mean, there's lots of Polish people on the German national team. You're not alone in this.
Dariusz
Wosch, my man.
The great Bochum, Polish, German Bochum, Ruhrgebiet boy. But yeah, what's his name? Who was the Schalke's? Kwiatkowski, right? And
yeah, there's lots of them. I mean, like if you're trying to, if you're trying to keep yourself ethnically separate from the Poles in Germany, good luck. Good luck.
I'm not trying to keep myself ethnically separate. I'm just saying, I thought my genetic background would be more boring than it is. And it ended up being
now you exciting. Now you're Stefan Schnitzel Kielbasa.
I am I have more
Hyphenated. You're hyphenated.
I have more Neanderthal DNA than 85% of the people on 23andMe.
Oh.
Because Germans are Neanderthals.
Well, das Neanderthal is very close to the Ruhrgebiet. It's just south. Yeah.
I am 0.2% Neanderthal or something like that. And my Neanderthalness is why I'm a hoarder. It's why I'm bad at direction.
You're burying the lead here. This is really the juicy stuff.
I'm really good at smelling asparagus in my urine, is what they told me. Which blows my mind.
Who is not good at that?
I didn't know that was a thing.
What genetical makeup is bad at that? It's
yours is. Most are. Bjorn, when you eat asparagus, can you smell that stuff? I can. My genetics say as such. I'm genetically predisposed to not have back hair.
This conversation has made me less likely. I was already pretty unlikely to do it. Now I'm even less likely to spend the money on 23andMe. I think it's
You don't want to know how Swedish you are? Bjorn, you're Swedish.
I have I don't the only thing Swedish about me is my mom picking this name. I don't think I have any. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, who knows? But
you're from the Ruhrgebiet. How Polish are you?
From the Ruhrgebiet. I probably more Polish than you, I bet.
More than 38%? I mean, it's a pretty big chunk, man.
38 is a lot. That's a grandparent and a half. We just figured that out.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you 3 of my grandparents are German. So, but the reason I'm very curious
as a half
is
in
because
there.
Because I wonder. That's what I'm saying. I wonder.
Somebody wanted that sweet Polish action.
From my family, that's from modern day Poland.
In 1922.
But I'm very curious. From my family, that's from modern day Poland. I wonder if, maybe they're Polish, like they're half Polish. Maybe there was some Polish in that I missed. I don't know, just curious. And then it reached out to a bunch of cousins of mine and stuff. And then my mom said that her grandma had a bunch of relatives that moved to Baltimore, which I didn't know. So there's a good chance that some of my 3rd or 6th cousins around here are.
You have some you have some Baltimorean in you too.
A little Baltimorean in me. Baltimore or less.
Baltimore or Baltiless?
Well, I've got Baltiless in me. Anyway, this episode is brought to you by 23andMe.
I don't think so. I think this is not an advertisement.
Learn how genetically predisposed you are to smell asparagus in your urine. It says that I'm not afraid of heights. I was like, no, bull crap. I'm afraid of heights. They got that one wrong.
It's like, yeah. I mean, they have to justify this expense, right? How much does this cost?
Well, I got a coupon. I paid $70.
Oh, all right.
And to me, that was a great value for all this cool information and
life-changing knowledge.
Genetically, they say I'm not predisposed to lose my hair. And I'm like,
then you're just, I guess, that must have just been your diet. That. What is it?
No, it's my. I have the same hair that all my grandparents had. So they're liars on that.
Oh my God.
I'm just excited about my Neanderthalness.
This is making me laugh. All right.
So it's
bad
only
news.
The 50...
This is the good news. The good news we learned about your hair. Bad news is there's no bus to Hartford. We're just learning from Hans Wolf.
Wait a minute. Hello, Jungs. I had to go back to work for a few. But
the bus to Hartford is off. I was probably gonna take my car, honestly.
So, well, wait a minute. Not enough people. Did our boys get involved with you? I know Bjorn wanted to, and then. Was it Daniel Young?
People are not organized.
That's so good. Well, yeah, you could take. I think we talked about this before. The bus from Port Authority to Hartford is a very easy bus. I've done that before. However, I don't know where the stadium is.
If anybody needs a ride, I have room in my car. I can offer. I mean, it's not bus size, but anybody,
it's a Tubby, right? Yeah, everyone out there.
No, it's a Kia. It's a Kia Telluride. 7 seats. I have 7 seats. I'm taking one. I'm taking one person. So I have.
How fitting car for a skier to own, a Telluride.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah. That didn't hurt. The name is appealing.
Telluride, you say? Terrible safety ratings. Yeah. You had me at Telluride.
No. It's also a good car, but the name also it doesn't hurt.
So this is a podcast with two Germans, one real German, one half Polish.
I am actually, this is my news. I am now as an American citizen as of last Friday. Finally.
Oh, wow! I didn't know you were. How was that? How was that process like?
Yeah, I finally. I mean, I've been eligible for many years. I haven't really treated it with much urgency because I don't. Telluride, Hans Wolf saying Telluride Resort itself is amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful town. And the car is nice too. Anyway, so it took me a while to really get around to it, but I finally did it, and it was a very moving ceremony, I will say, in downtown Brooklyn. I got sworn in with Danke. Hans Wolf says, "Congrats, you Amerikaner." Yeah, danke schön.
Now there's two German Americans on the podcast. You have to change
it changed the dynamic.
The intro.
But now you're 38% Polish. So
the new intro is like a German American.
The math is just constantly changing of what our
a German American and a German Polish Scandinavian American. Sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, it was a very moving ceremony in downtown Brooklyn with 96 other people.
Quick, Bjorn, how many members are in the House of Representatives? How many?
I passed that test. I passed that test many weeks ago. I no longer need to know these kinds of information. I no longer can tell you how.
Give it back.
What Benjamin Franklin's accomplishments were. I had to.
Banging French chicks. Was that the answer?
What?
Benjamin Franklin's accomplishment.
No, he was the first. He was the first postmaster.
It's
400. It's 400. It's 435. I know the answer.
There you go.
I'm just playing. I did have to learn that stuff. But yeah, it was 97 people. The judge came. This took a long time. Strangely, there was a lot of bureaucracy. A lot of people had things to fill out, and we all had to sign things, and so it took several hours. Which
and and you were the only guy that spoke English in the whole room.
So no, there were lots of. It was definitely a range of people. Some people were dressed up very festively and had their families there. Other people rolled in 45 minutes late in their underwear. Like it was definitely, there was a lot of different people there. And what was very moving was that the judge read, there was 97 people there from 45 different countries. And she read all the countries, and she encouraged everyone to kind of make some kind of a noise when their country was called. And
that's fun.
And it was pretty fun. And she said that, she's talking about how we all kind of bring our own experience to America, and it's a nation of immigrants. And yeah, it was very, it was very kind of festive and sweet.
When she said Germany, how many people went woo woo?
It was just me. You? I was the only one, and I said, "Yeah."
Nice. You're like Schnitzel Boys podcast,
and it sort of broke the ice. She went alphabetically, and some people were a little timid because you're in this big courtroom, and it's sort of people are not. But when I'm the goofball that I am, I broke the ice and everybody chuckled, and then people were a little looser after that.
Did you dress like this, like Arnold Schwarzenegger did when he got his?
I did not dress like that. I did wear I didn't have any red, but I wore a white and blue shirt.
Oh, his NYCFC gear. Well, that's good. That's really cool. That's nice to judge. So when my parents became citizens, they were both taken to a room and like grilled and questioned about Nazi Germany and all that shit.
Oh,
you didn't have to experience any of that?
I did not. I mean, I had. Yeah, you have to answer questions like, did you ever? I mean, I don't. Yeah, I was not alive during Nazi Germany. My alibi is
neither were my parents. They didn't care.
They didn't really. Oh, interesting.
My dad was born in 1944.
Oh,
so he was alive for 2 months of it, I guess.
All right,
a baby. But they still asked him about it, and he's like, I don't know, it was a baby. That's what I know.
No, I did not. I mean, you have to. When you fill out the application, you answer all these questions of have you ever participated in a governmental coup, or like you have to, but I haven't. So
once, but I felt really bad.
I was like, yeah, it didn't really work. I tried to oust the school president by posting Yeah,
I was the
didn't-
leader. Full disclosure, I was the leader of the Red Army faction for about 21 years, but I have resigned. I do not care anymore.
That's yeah. I mean, I don't really have a lot of skeletons like that, so I just said no. And then it wasn't. The interview was very amicable in my case. The lady was very nice, and she asked those questions about the Benjamin Franklin and that. But they're pretty. I mean, I think you have to get 5 right, and you can get a couple. It's gonna be hard. I mean, I guess if somebody doesn't speak the language or whatever.
I was
but in
born
general-
American. I don't have to know any of that crap. I mean,
No,
I do.
you're in. You're in. You got the.
What I will say is I took the citizenship test for fun on YouTube or whatever. And I think I got 99 out of 100. They're pretty.
Yeah,
softball
it's not
questions.
difficult. There's a handful.
What was the toughest one that you remember? Let's see if I can figure it out.
Oh, I don't like the original. I guess. Well, I mean the original colonies, but then you only have to get 1 right, so that's not really difficult. But
Out of the 13?
if I had to say all 13, I probably would struggle. And then there were a couple. Yeah, I don't know. I learned them all, so it's fine. But yeah, no, that part is easy. And then
What are
you
the
had-
3 branches of government? Quit. 3 branches.
yeah, I mean that's that. But people know, that, right? It's executive and legislative and judicial.
Well done, Bjorn. Good American.
I would have known that before. I mean, that's the same
You'd be
in Germany.
surprised.
That's the same in Germany.
You'd be surprised how many American citizens couldn't answer.
But
that
that's
question.
not a specifically American thing. That's something that exists.
Well-
A version of that exists in most democratic countries, anyway. So yeah. Anyway, that's my little news.
Congratulations.
Thank
You're
you.
now you can now get in the country in a fast one. You have that story of that guy who was rude to you at immigration. Who's just like,
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't. You're like, I forgot. He's like, you're
He
legally
said-
allowed, but if I were in charge, I would.
if it was up to me, I wouldn't let you in. Yeah, that's
And
true.
you're like, why? What did I do?
Why?
It's a little bit of power they have.
Listen, to
It's
the
just funny. A
popular-
friend of mine works in the consulate, and there are people. It's like one dude in an office, and they just have to sit there and decide who's allowed to get a visa or not.
Yeah.
And it's very much based on nothing other than feeling. Like they do their research, like they read the resume, they probably do a crime check. But like my friend does a comedy show based on Freedom of Information Act records, and he did a whole show on the amazing foreign people that were denied visas.
Uh-huh.
He's like, this is an Oscar-winning filmmaker. His visa was denied a year later as they felt he could contribute nothing to American society or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's hard to get a visa.
Well, in
sometimes.
soccer, we have this
Yeah.
problem all the time. There were teams like certain players don't get. Yeah, I mean, no, for sure. Yeah,
We lost one of our players because when he went back home to England, he got into a crime. He got into a fight, and then his visa was canceled. He couldn't come back, so they had to load him off to Sweden.
well,
One
that's the beauty of me now being a citizen. Now, up to now, I had to behave. Now I can just do whatever I want.
You can get in any brawl you want.
Just go.
All right. It's 23 minutes in. It's time to start talking foosball here on the Germany Hour.
I mean, what's to talk about? Bundesliga.
There's a few. Bundesliga.
Bundesliga is exciting. We almost had a real title race. Leipzig was winning, but then Bayern came back. But still, we have
Neither
four-
Bayern nor Leipzig are top of the table.
That's
So-
true. Leverkusen. It's Leverkusen, and everybody, all the soccer nerds of the world's new favorite coach, Xabi
Xabi
Alonso,
Alonso.
is top on every Twitter soccer nerds list of coaches to watch. And according to everyone, he's going to go to Real Madrid probably next summer.
If not Real Madrid, Bayern München.
Bayern München is going to take over for Pep. He can do no wrong right now. And I mean, I don't mean to
Pep.
dismiss. I don't mean to dismiss. I think he's done a great job. Leverkusen are looking great. Easy win in Mainz, top of the table, thanks to the Bayern Leipzig 2-2, which really could have been a win for Leipzig. They were up 2-0, but Bayern came back.
Who's second in the table, Bjorn? Even bigger
It's
surprise.
Stuttgart. It's
Stuttgart.
Yes.
Bayer
yeah.
Leverkusen has Victor Boniface, and Stuttgart has what's his name? Hold on, here we go. Stuttgart has Guirassi. How do they say his
Yeah.
name?
Mhm.
Guerassi. Stuttgart and the Guerassi boys. You know who's coaching Stuttgart? His former Bayern München youth coach and
Sebastian
Uli
Hoeneß.
Hoeneß' nephew. Sebastian Hoeneß.
Yeah, he's doing great.
He's also probably snipping off Tuchel's butt. If Tuchel,
I
can't
mean,
deliver.
let's see. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, Bayern's still struggling. Leipzig's still good, and the leaves are turning. It's
For Dortmund or just in general?
The in general, it's getting fall. The days are getting longer. The leaves are turning, and Bochum's probably going to get a new coach. Days
are getting
when
shorter.
That's when you know it's fall. Shorter. The nights are getting longer. Yes, that's what I mean. What I mean to say, it's the kiss of death before the season. If Bochum, if you're a Bochum fan, and before the season you hear this is going to be a different year, we're going to be more progressive. We're not just going to be a defensive team. We have more quality. It's going to all be different. That means we're going to get a new coach in October.
Tell me why it's not Oliver Glasner.
Because he's probably I don't know. Why would it be Oliver Glasner?
Tell me.
Well, he probably thinks that would be a step down for him, no? I don't know.
But he's out of work. I mean, well, what's he waiting on?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, not Thomas Letsch has not been fired yet. I mean, I don't mean to but I mean, it seems like
Thomas Reis, though,
is also
Bochum's last coach, who, when he was fired, seemed to be the victor of those spoils. Turns out that's not really what happened. Was it the Kicker article said one of the two of these will be in the Bundesliga next year, and it's not going to be Bochum? I think that was the article. And the exact opposite happened.
Yeah,
Bochum stayed. Thomas Reis went down to Schalke. Schalke said, "You can't fix us either." They fired him. Thomas Reis is back in the picture.
Out of work. Out of work. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back to us. I think that did not end amicably, and I think not enough time has passed to heal those wounds. So I don't think we're getting him. I mean, but I think it's pretty.
Here's one for you, Jesse Marsch.
Yeah, what's up with him? What is he doing?
He's an analyst for Paramount Plus from Champions League. He was in Milan last week doing a side reporter. He's available. So he's available. So what happens if Bochum approaches Jesse Marsch for a coaching job? What do you think?
That doesn't strike me as a likely scenario either. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be like one of the German Sam Allardyce types. They're going to dig out another Peter Neururer, Klaus Toppmöller. I mean, those guys are not around anymore, right? But
Stefan Kuntz.
Stefan Kuntz is not going to want that job.
Former Bochum player.
He'd be great. That'd be wonderful. I would go for that in a heartbeat.
Why wouldn't he want that job? It's a top flight job.
Yeah, but the team is bad, and there's no prospects of them ever being good.
Hansi Flick is available.
Yeah, Hansi Flick's gonna take that job. It's just kind of. I don't even think Thomas Lecce came in last season and did a great job, turned the team around. A squad that was worse than this one at the time, and he got them to keep the league. But somehow, there's just. Eventually it's complacency just sets in, and you need people to be 100 to go above to the limit. If there's any kind of relaxation, the squad's just not good enough. This game against Gladbach was really sad. We were done 3-0, and Gladbach are not great. They had not won a game.
Jordan Pefok got an assist, right? I believe.
They did not look that good, and they looked like world beaters. Like, it's just defensively, we're just not. It's just bad. The midfield doesn't defend. It was just pretty hopeless right from the beginning. It was like this. We just don't have a chance.
You know who's available, Bjorn? Bruce Arena.
Bruce Arena.
Bruce Arena Bochum. Tell me how that'll go.
That would be. I mean, that'd be amazing. I would sign up for that. I don't have anything. I don't have anything against all these people that you're mentioning. I just don't think any of them want this job. But we'll see. We'll find out. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll keep Thomas Letch around a little bit. I mean, the team is not. They didn't go down without a fight. They had they got one goal back. They got a second one that was then called off by VAR. So there was a little bit of fight at the end, but it's just pretty dire. I don't know. We'll see. We haven't won a game. We have 3 points. We have not won a game, and other teams are passing us. Heidenheim and Darmstadt both won games now.
Heidenheim beat Union Berlin.
Yeah, Heidenheim beat Union Berlin. Darmstadt beat Werder Bremen. Union Berlin are struggling. They are really struggling. 6 points. They have 6 points. Yeah, in 6 games.
They should have beaten Heidenheim, and they didn't. I mean, Union Berlin hasn't. When's the last time Union Berlin won a game? It's been, I think, 7 weeks or 7 games since they won. Yeah, it's
5 in a row. 5 in a row they lost. They beat Darmstadt. A while ago.
And then a long time ago. Tomorrow they're going to Portugal to play Braga. No, they're hosting Braga. And then they're hosting Braga. I don't know. Like I talked about last time, Union Berlin are putting a lot on the line, and something's not clicking. Something's going on over there.
Yeah,
something's got to give. Either Leonardo Bonucci is maybe a little more of a locker room poison than they realized, or something.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I'm just speculating. I'm just saying, like, they have new players, and something's not mixing right now. They're a little creative. They got, Brendan Aronson, and they got Kevin Folland, and they got, they got Leonardo Bonucci. They could have gotten.
It seemed like they had a lot of quality, and they seemed to have a pretty deep squad that made them perhaps
but
ready.
It's not mixing, right? It's not mixing. Something's missing. They got rid of Jordan Pefok. Maybe that was a big loss that we didn't even realize.
Okay.
I mean, the only difference is back when they were winning, Jordan Pefok was on the books. Now that they're not winning, Jordan Pefok is not a part of the team. That's the only difference I see, other than reinforcement. So who knows? Geraldo Becker isn't free scoring. He almost got a goal against Heidenheim, but just missed. And I don't know what to tell you. I have no answer for why Union Berlin is failing. I don't know. We'll see how they do against Braga tomorrow. Champions League preview, real quick. Braga tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Bayern's in Copenhagen tomorrow. And then what is Wednesday? What is Wednesday? When's Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday's next. Wednesday is Leipzig hosting Man City. That'll be a fun one.
Right.
And then Dortmund's hosting Milan. Christian Pulisic making his way back to the Signal Iduna Park. This is some fun games.
Yeah.
I look forward to them.
Champions League is good.
Champions League is good.
Champions League good. Bochum not good.
Bochum not good. Max Abel was just fired, Bjorn, and that was puzzling for us. Why was it puzzling for us?
Well, I mean, it seemed like this all kind of tied into this Leipzig. It was like a mind game that Bayern were playing, perhaps.
Right.
In preparation for this derby. This not derby, but Leipzig playing Bayern.
That was Leipzig were leading 2-0, and Bayern pulled 2 back in the second half and he tied it all up. Leipzig feel they could have maybe won that one, but a point each, they'll take it, right? And it leads way for Stuttgart and Bayer Leverkusen to go on running,
So now, what is the deal with the Max Eberl thing?
From what I understand, so first things first, Bayern München has a reputation of just stealing everything and everyone, right? They gobble, gobble, gobble. No one can say no to Bayern München in Germany. When Bayern München says jump, they say how high, because Bayern München can offer contracts. They just signed Christoph Freund from RB Leipzig a month ago, right, to replace Oliver Kahn. And then the rumors are they're now going to go get Max Abel. Max Abel and Bayern München have always been flirting with each other. When Max Abel was sending Borussia Mönchengladbach in the second division, when he was fired, RB Leipzig picked him up right away after that, and he was the RB Leipzig sport director. And I guess he was there for 6 months. And they fired him because, quote unquote, he wasn't committed enough to the organization, is what they said. They fired him. And I think they fired him because they were anticipating that he was going to go to Bayern München as well. I just don't get really who is. Like, they just got Christoph Freund. Then there's that other guy. And now they got Max Abel. How many sport directors does a club need?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why it seemed like they were just stirring it up.
Yeah. I thought the positions were filled. I didn't know they had an empty position over there at Bayern München. I thought they got the Christoph Freund. They got that guy, the one CEO to take over for Kahn, and Christoph Freund came in to take over for Brazzo. I thought it was all done with, but now they're like, yeah, we're gonna get Max Abel too. So now the watch is Max Abel going to move to München? So we'll see. More of the Sport Director carousel. If RB Leipzig needs a Sport Director, I can't help but wonder how close my New York Red Bull Sport Director, Jochen Schneider, I wonder how close he is to that short list. Does Max Abel leaving RB Leipzig have an effect on my little club here in New Jersey? We'll see. That's my interest in the whole story. Is Joachim Schneider going to say bye-bye and off to Leipzig he goes? We'll see.
Who knows?
So as far as Germany going, we also need to do a deep dive on Köln because there's something up with Köln right now.
Well, they haven't. They lost a bunch of people and they haven't replaced them. That's not as complicated, I think. Yeah. They just have a weak squad. I think I always thought they might struggle, and Mainz also, I guess, a little bit of surprise. How we'll see.
Köln is a yo-yo club, and they're on their way down the yo-yo right now. So we're on Köln watch officially. We have to keep an eye on them. Maybe they get points next week. We'll see. But yeah, Hoffenheim had a big old blunder with John Anthony Brooks against Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, the guy you wanted to nominate for the team, the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, I'm feeling worse about that now. Because he was like, two of the goals were his fault, pretty much. And it's like, come on, Brooks, you always self-sabotage. You were so good up until now. You have Blunder McGee weekend, and they have to announce the squads pretty soon. When are they going to announce the USA Germany squads? It must be this week, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That'll be interesting. Nagelsmann's first squad. I'm definitely going to be paying attention.
Nagelsmann first squad. Yeah, cool. You got your games coming up. You excited?
Yeah. I'm excited. That's gonna be good. Leipzig is gonna play Man City on Wednesday and Bochum on Saturday.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Will they be able to tell the difference? Will they be like, whoa, this is like, I can't tell. It's like we're still playing City. These guys are so good. No, that's not gonna happen.
No, Bochum and Man City, it's going to be two high possession teams holding the ball. Leipzig aren't going to have the ball against Bochum. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. You got Leipzig next week. That's going to be pretty steep. Who does Köln have
on the road? Week? Yeah, that's not good. That doesn't look like we're going to win that game. So it's going to be that's the thing. It's like.
Köln has Bayer Leverkusen.
Looking at the Bochum early season schedule, this was the game. Like at home against Gladbach, you were like, "Well, that's one we could maybe win," but we really didn't.
No, so they did not.
Now we're back. Now we're back looking at the schedule and going like, I don't know. When's the next time we can win one? We have. Hold on, I lost my place.
Köln has Bayer Leverkusen next week. Bochum has RB Leipzig next week.
We have RB Leipzig.
That means that Mainz has Bayern München or something. Who does Mainz have? Mainz is playing. Mainz is playing. Mainz is playing. Borussia Mönchengladbach. They just lost 3-0 to Bayer Leverkusen. Off to Gladbach they go. And then they play Bayern München the week after that. So it's a lot of steep
It's a
games
lot
for the
of
bottom
I mean,
boys.
we have Leipzig on the road, we have Freiburg on the road, and then we have Mainz at home, Darmstadt on the road, Köln at home, Heidenheim on the road. So that's going to be by Thanksgiving. By Thanksgiving, if we that's the 12th. If by Thanksgiving we don't have 12 points, we're going down.
Call Bochum and tell them they need 12 points by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you got it. And they'll be like, wait a minute. What the hell is Thanksgiving? Like, I don't know. Let's not even Google it. Let's just.
My mother
We want 12
my mother
points.
knows about Thanksgiving.
Well, that's because you told her. If you didn't tell her, she wouldn't have known about it.
Okay, fair. All right, let's get
Bochum-
out of here, man.
Bochum Köln is the Schnitzel Boys special. That's in 2 weeks, right? You just said 3 weeks. That's the Schnitzel Boys derby. Bochum.
Now
Köln.
you're going out of town, so we're gonna have some different shows next week. We'll see. It'll be a surprise.
Got to figure that out because not even we know what's going to happen. So I'll see you guys then.
All right.
Tschüss. Bis nächste Mal. This has been the Schnitzel Boys. Tell your friends and family.
It's been a pleasure. I
Enjoy the
enjoyed
Champions League
talking
this
to you
week.
tonight.
I enjoyed talking to you too, Bjorn. Even though I'm not as German as I thought I was, I still feel like I'm a German man as part of the German community.
I would say I'm sorry, except I'm not really sorry. I mean, who gives a shit?
Hey, now I know I'm a comedian. All right. Tschüss. See ya. Night, Hans Wolf. Night, everybody else. Tschüss. Bis nächste Mal.